Welcome back. We have to get a few more files into our folder so that we can get everything up and running. So let's quickly do that. I'll just quickly skim over everything. So what you need is, let's first go here. What you need is data sheets, reference manual, and your specific microprocessor manual as well. So go into your data sheet and figure out what Cortex processor you're using. In my case, I'm using Cortex M0 Plus. You could be using M3, M4, or M7. You need to find out for your specific microcontroller in its data sheet. Then you also need to download the reference manual. The reference manual will have all the contents you need to program your microcontroller. So hardware, addresses, and everything will be defined in here. The processor itself will have its own set of registers, which might not be defined in the reference manual. So that's why we have it here. So we have to get all three. Okay, next. We need to get the repo as well. The repo will have the content we need for our device, so you can git clone that. If you have F0, then just go back here and then find your F0, your F1, and F4, and so on. Just git clone that repo for yourself onto your system as well. And yeah. We'll be using the Unity framework. I believe it just allows you to do testing for C code and not C++. If you want to do C++, you can use two other alternatives that can also test C code, which is CPP-U test and Google test, I believe. I won't go through how to set that up. I actually like Unity, and since I'm just doing C code for the moment, Unity is fine with me. You can literally just download Unity on its own and then set up everything for yourself. They go through the entire thing here, the sessions you can use. They go through everything here, developed by Throw the Switch. Throw the Switch also has CMOC and C-exception, which you need to do a git clone separately for using them in your testing environment. So they actually developed something to automate everything for us. So we're going to use that, and that's called ceedling. So ceedling will have everything like Unity, CMOC, and C-exception within it. And it will basically automate a lot of the test runners and everything we basically need. It will create the mocks as well. So we're going to go ahead and use ceedling. You can just use Unity on its own for your testing purposes, but I find ceedling to be very useful in creating a lot of the things for us instead of doing everything by hand. So this just increases our efficiency and everything. So we can do things faster. Okay, so in order to get ceedling, we need to first install Ruby. So go ahead and install Ruby onto your system. You should be able to write the command gem install. Let's just clear this out. Gem install ceedling. After you install Ruby, you can write this command and it should install ceedling for you. Okay, let's see. Okay, this is the content you should get for your ceedling version. As you can see, it installs the CMOC and Unity as well, and the C exception. And you get to see what version of ceedling you have. So if there are any updates, you can just do gem update ceedling, I believe, and it should update everything for you. Now, why do I have Unity here separately, cloned into my workspace? Actually, this is the workspace, but just here to have it here. Actually, I have it in my C drive. It was just to show you this. I actually, for VS Code, you will need to include its working path, and you can kind of find it in the Ruby folder here in your C drive as well, but I just quickly put it there, so it's actually in my C folder. You see here, we got Unity there actually. So I'm going to link that in the VS Code. You can link it here as well, or you can go inside your C drive and go to Ruby and then find the Unity there. But I didn't do that. So yeah, that's basically that part. So in test copy, this is everything we'll be building for the device. Okay. So yeah. So the other thing we need is the tool chain as well for ARM. So that would be your arm-none-eabi-gcc. Just check the version. So that's essentially what we need on our system as well. And we also need openocd. I believe I can type it like this. Yeah, you need that as well. So here's the link for that. Download it for your Windows machine as well. I think that covers it all for now. So we need Ruby to install Seedling, and we need the arm-none-eabi-gcc as well, and openocd. Openocd is what we'll use to upload the code to our device or to the microcontroller, and it will also allow us to do debugging or run debugging sessions on our hardware. So that's what you'll need for that. But we won't be doing it in this lectures, I think. Yeah, I won't be doing it. Perhaps I will, because we're trying to actually simulate and test everything on the host machine, on your laptop or PC. So, but when you are done writing your drivers, you'll now be using this, and we'll be using it in the makefile as well. So that's why I'm including it in this section. Okay, so this is just to do the compilation for it to be loaded, to get loaded onto your target hardware. And the other thing you'll need is GCC. You'll need GCC as well, because this will be used to build the code to run on your PC. This is for the target, this is for the PC or the laptop, and this is to upload the code onto the target or your microcontroller in that case. Okay, so that's that part.